I got started when I was quite young, around about 13 or 14. My mum used to do catering for weddings, and so I did a little bit with her. And then I was working in an accounting firm, and one of the girls there, her sister worked for Spotless Catering. So I think a lot of Brisbaneites did their first cut their teeth at Spotless Catering. So I used to do Ballymore football, Lang Park, concerts, those sorts of things. And then I got a job at the Everton Park Hotel. So I then had a career in human resources, and I worked in human resources from around my early 20s. Did a little bit of part-time hospitality jobs while I was saving to go overseas and all those things like we do. Went to Europe, came back, was working in HR, worked in HR for 25 years, and then Howard bought Lady Marmalade, and the rest is history. So Howard found Lady Marmalade. It had always been our dream, but I almost thought we were too old to go ahead with that dream. And then when he found Lady Marmalade, it just all came together. I've probably had a couple of mentors in my lifetime. In that job where I worked at the Everton Park Hotel, I absolutely loved food, and I came from a family that cooked nice food, but very basic food. So when I went to work at the bistro, I learnt how to make 17 different salads, and that was so exciting to me. Even though I was front of house, I used to help with the salads all the time, and there was a big gentle giant chef there called John, and he would teach me and mentor me, and he went to head chef and said, I think we need to offer this girl a chef's apprenticeship. So back in the day, I was 16 when I was working part-time there, and they went to my mother and asked her to sign the apprenticeship papers, and she said, women are not chefs, and she can't be a chef, that's a man's job. So she declined to sign the paperwork, and I found my way into HR. Years later, when she was watching all the celebrity chefs on TV, she's like, look at all these women chefs, I should have let you. Hindsight, right? And such a, I guess, an old-fashioned view of what women were allowed to do. My mum was 40 when I was born. So, you know, by the time I was 16, she was born in the 30s, or late 20s. This to her was such a bizarre concept that a woman would want to do something that wasn't a woman's job. The barriers I would face as a woman in hospitality, I think that if I go looking for problems, I will find problems. Absolutely, I would find problems if I went looking for them. But I don't go looking for those problems, and I just address them as they arise. So if someone is quite sexist towards me, I will point that out to them. I address it quickly. We don't have that sort of thing in our business, and I won't be treated that way. So I don't allow people to treat me in a way I don't want to be treated. But absolutely, I don't think there's an industry at all where people don't have those issues and concerns. Oh, absolutely. And I think that women now are brave enough to say it's not acceptable. When I was a very young girl, I had a boss that was quite disgusting to the girls in the office, and we all talk about that You Too movement or Me Too movement, and I think that he was the epitome of that era, and with us young girls in the office, he treated us so disrespectfully, and I was so nervous to say something. I remember saying to my mother, how do I handle this? And she said to me, pretend you can't hear him, ignore what he says. And if I was asked that, and that's fine, that was how my mother had been taught to deal with it. But if a young woman came to me now and said, how do I deal with that? I would tell her to say, no, you cannot treat me this way, it's unacceptable, back off. And I think that that is accepted now, and I think women are strong enough and brave enough to say, it's not acceptable. And I think that we're in an amazing place that we just don't stand by and allow ourselves to be treated badly. But let's be honest, 95% of men are wonderful. It's just the bad 5%. I feel passionate about supporting other businesses because I think that the biggest negative that we have as businesses, especially in hospitality, it's a really isolating experience. Like, you think, I'm all alone, I've got no one to talk to, my staff don't understand what I'm going through. It's a really difficult time. You're surrounded by other businesses. So if you engage with them, welcome them, just have discussions with them, it's amazing that they all feel the same way. They're having the same bad week, the same difficulty selling items, the same staff issues. And if you stop seeing each other as competitors and see each other as a support mechanism, it's amazing the difference that that makes to your own personal well-being as well as the success of the area. In Stones Corner, I'm part of the Stones Corner committee, and we do that. We address each other, we talk about issues, we get together and have a monthly meeting. We even do talk about, if it's quiet, we talk about ways that we can boost business together. I'll do social media training course for everyone. We just get in there and do it together. And the same thing nearly 2 years ago now, I joined a group called Bomb Femme that one of my friends started, and it's all business owners, hospitality business owners, and it's been amazing because we all feel the same, we all have the same challenges, and we get together and have lunch and a meal, and we don't network, we just talk and support, and it's amazing. Howard, my husband, says it's just so powerful that you women get together and do this. We're not competitors, we're friends there supporting each other, and it's just awesome. And it changes it takes away the isolation, it changes how you feel. And I think it's so important that in this hard, harsh world that we have got support mechanisms, and these people who own other businesses, they get it, they understand it, and I just think it's awesome that we're there for each other. We are natural nurturers as well, so I've been there where someone has come in and they are absolutely overwhelmed, they absolutely can't take another thing, and we let them talk and we embrace them and give each other a hug and tips, and you might want to follow any of the tips because you might not think they're right for you, but you know that you've got these people supporting you. Last week we had in Queensland the new WOHO Women in Hospitality Queensland chapter start. That's another great chapter. That's not just for business owners, it's for everyone in hospitality. It's free membership at the moment, so that's another amazing avenue for women in Brisbane. If I was a woman in hospitality at the moment and I wanted to start building a support network, I would join WOHO group because you don't have to be an owner. You can be front of house, back of house, chef. We had some amazing women there the other day and who were willing to chat and share ideas and support each other. We all got together and had some drinks and some food, and it was a really lovely evening. It's a great opportunity to meet other like-minded people. And then if you are a business owner, I think looking up Bomb Femme and joining Bomb Femme is such an amazing supportive group. We only do it once a quarter, but it's just amazing when it happens. But we're there for each other every single day, supporting each other on social media, meeting each other for coffees and chats and dinner and all sorts of things. You'll build relationships from those groups, definitely. To me, I think that there is nobody better than anybody else. We all have the need to have the opportunity to be able to achieve our goals, to be able to live our dreams. And I think that in this day and age, with all the challenges that have come before us, like I'm a perfect example of all of those challenges with a lack of equality in the past. And let's face it, that's 20 years ago, 30 years ago. We have come such a long way. And I think that, to me, equality is, everyone having the opportunity to be educated, everyone having the opportunity to have a safe environment. everyone having an opportunity to be able to achieve their goals. And I think that if we allow that to happen, if we embrace everyone and treat everyone as equals, then it's going to be an amazing world. And like, nobody is better than anybody else. We are all equal. And I think regardless of, you know, gender, male, female, they, you know, everyone has the needs that opportunity to be their true self, to achieve their goals, to be educated, to be safe, to be, to have freedom. So I have this saying that I use all the time, and I'm sure that people get sick of hearing me say it, but you don't need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. And to me, that's the most important thing. Know what you want. Know that there's a staircase there, and it may be a very steep climb, but take that first step, because if you don't, you'll never get started. If you worry about what everybody else thinks, what everyone else's opinions are, if everyone else thinks you're ready, you'll never take it. When Howard and I bought Lady Marmalade, and I point over there because that's where the original little corner cafe was, everyone told us, oh, don't do it, you guys can't do this, you've been in HR for way too long. But we knew that we understood food, that we had a background in hospitality, that we understood how to run a business. And if we as two partners who really respected each other couldn't get this happening, why did we have any less chance than anyone else? And then when we did it, even the people that were surrounding us in the business at that time didn't believe in us. And if we had listened to all these people, we wouldn't be where we are now. And at the moment, we have a really successful business with an amazing team, with the best customers in the world who support us. And we couldn't be happier. I say all the time, we are so lucky, but we work really hard to bring all those things together and make that happen. And I think if anyone wants to do it, and if it's your dream and you're passionate about it, do it. But do have an understanding of business. Do understand leases and all those things. And if you don't, educate yourself. If you don't have an understanding of HR, hire people who can help you. It's like when we did this renovation and we hired food strategy. We didn't know how to get this renovation off the ground, but we hired the expert. The job was done quickly, efficiently, and amazingly, and we've built a great relationship from that with food strategies. We struggled for 2 years to try and get this renovation off the ground. We met food strategies, and within 4 weeks we had council approval. And for 2 years we had struggled before that. It's like our payroll. I understand payroll. I've worked in HR for 20 years. I've done payroll, but my time is better spent facing the customers, talking to the customers, working with our staff and our team. It's not up in the office doing payroll. So it's working to your strengths and weaknesses. And I think the other important thing too is that you worry about the cost of those things, but you've got to look at the costs of not being where you should be. And there's a big difference in that cost. Like if you are not in the right place, if you're stuck upstairs in the office and you're needed in front of your customers, you're probably going to lose more money being up in that office than you think you're saving. Next step for Lady Marmalade is, I think that Lady Marmalade is going to, for us, we need to continually develop and grow and evolve. And if we sat down and the weeds would just grow over us and we'd be gone. So the most important thing is listening to what our customers want and identifying their needs and working with those needs and growing the business to where our customers want it to go. So that's the most important thing for us. And we listen to our customers all the time. So, you know, they say they want another Lady Marmalade on the north side, and so eventually, hopefully that will happen one day. But for us, I guess it's not about having as many businesses open as we can. It's about having good quality businesses that are meeting our customers' needs. And I think that's it for us. It's to continue to evolve how our customers need, whether that means that we just stay in one business or if we open another business. But at this stage, it's just to continue to evolve with our customers' needs and requirements. And I think it's so important to establish yourself, understand your business, understand your strengths and weaknesses, and grow accordingly. But don't grow out of ego, grow out of need.